Alright, so I'm in the barn today. I'm going to be doing some cab corners on the truck. I've actually had these cab corners for quite a long time now. Mike gave them to me, so thank you, Mike. He had these laying around and he didn't need them anymore, so that's why he gave them to me. I actually got these like right after I got this truck, and before I had any other parts for it, before the lift was on it, before anything. And I just never really did it because for whatever reason it wasn't a priority, but I got some spare time, so I'm going to throw them on the truck now. This is going to be by no means a professional job. I'm not a professional. I'm just going to do it how I know how. I've done it a couple times on some other trucks that I've had. And some might say that it's not worth it on this truck because it's just a trail toy, but I want it to look good. I'm not going to do inners or anything like that. The cab it's shot, but this will make the outside look a little bit better, and that's going to make me happy, so let's do it. So I threw some black paint on the inners here that they're shot, they're rusted, they're gross, but in the long term, is that paint probably going to help anything? I doubt it, but I did it because I had access to it, so maybe it'll save it another day. Longer than it would have if I didn't paint it. So the cab corners, the ones I have are gonna probably go up to here, and I really don't need that much. I'll probably end up painting like, I don't know, some like rough black paint, bed liner material or something on the bottom here for now. So I want to keep that line from here down. So I'll probably end up trimming my cab corners to come somewhere in here, so I can still tie it into some solid steel there, and I'll be able to have at least a little bit of a lift to feather some Bondo in there to make it look half presentable, I guess. So I'm going to trim my cab corners and get it fitted up. I'll start grinding some of this blue paint off to, get a good weld in there and see what happens. The correct way to do this too would probably be to take this door off, but I'm really not going to do this the correct way. So I got the passenger side on now. Looks good. next step, Bondo. So obviously, storing this Bondo in the barn at 30 whatever degrees it is in here right now makes it extra easy to work with. And stirring it with a screwdriver just makes it all the more better. So as far as I know, I think this is the only Bondo on this truck. So I guess for a 99, that's not too bad. All right, so I got both cab corners bondoed up. I understand that anyone seeing this who actually knows what they're doing with bodywork probably just hated how I did that. But hey, it's good for me, so I'm gonna let that Bondo set a little bit and then I'll sand it down. And I'm going to paint probably that body line down with like some bed liner, rough, you know, rocker guard, something. I don't know. I don't have any paint yet for it, but that's the plan. So we'll see how this looks once it's sanded down, whether I have to put another coat of Bondo on it or not. We'll see how it looks. Alright, the Bondo's all taken care of, and then I primed it and taped it off. I will say this, if I was to have this painted professionally, like color match, whatever, anything but this textured stuff here, I'm using Raptor liner. This stuff fills in a lot of ugly voids in the Bondo. If I was to use just a regular paint, I probably definitely would have put another coat of Bondo on there and tried to get it just a little bit better. But this stuff's gonna fill in all the ugly, not quite perfect job that I did, so yeah, that'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this stuff on, and it's gonna look awesome. Alright, so the Raptor liner is sprayed and I pulled my tape off. A good look at the cab corner. It just filled in all the ugly voids where I didn't, you know, quite sand it good enough. Any imperfections, that thicker stuff, that Raptor liner, it really hides the not so good job I did on the Bondo, and it looks really good. I actually have a solid cab corner, which is awesome. Alright, so I'm calling that good on the cab corners. I think they turned out pretty good. That Raptor liner sprayed really well. Like I said, it really filled in the voids of the imperfections in the Bondo, because I wasn't going to spend a ton of time on making it absolutely perfect. So that Raptor liner really covered up all the imperfections, and I think it looks great. It's really the first thing that I've done to this thing to make it look better cosmetically, you know, body-wise anyway. So I think it was worth it. I'm pumped. Thanks for watching this video, and look forward to the next one. We'll see you then.